Hello traders, Doc here. In this video I will be talking about how to find good opportunity to trade and how to make a simple plan. So before you enter a trade, you need a simple plan in order to find a good trade. Very good place to start is to look at the currency index. So every currency has index. For example, the most popular is US dollar index and it's called DXY. But also every other currency has its own index. For example, British pound is called BXY. Then Australian dollar is called AXY, we have Euro index is called EXY, New Zealand dollar is called ZXY, Swiss franc is called SXY, Canadian dollar is called CXY, and finally Japanese yen is called JXY. Many of these indexes have huge gaps as we can see, and some of them have these massive wicks, bullish and bearish, like we can see on Swiss franc index here. Unlike currency pairs and US dollar index, these indexes are not moving every hour. Basically day starts at 2 AM here my time and it ends at 10 PM. If you cannot look these gaps and these wicks, you can simply change to the line chart. Right now we can see price movements, and what is important to see here is overall price direction. So what we can do now is to actually make a very simple plan how to enter a certain trade. For example, what we want to do is to look for these currencies that are strong and currencies that are weak. And the easiest way to find currency like that is to look at the currency index. So now we have our plan. What we need to do first? First, we need to check all the currency indexes. So we need to check for BXY, DXY, AXY, EXY, ZXY, SXY, CXY, and JXY. This can be our first step to check all these currencies and to see are they going up or going down. For example, what we can see with British pound index is a downtrend. Price is trending down here. It formed a pullback and then again it formed move down. It is currently testing this previous low, but what we can easily see is that price is going down. We have this massive bearish move. We have this lower high formation, then again lower high formation and massive bearish move. Price broke our significant zone, detected as a support here, here, and as a resistance here and here. So what is very reasonable to do now is to look for the trades where we want to sell British pound. But at this moment, we can say that price is not at the perfect level and that we need to wait for some kind of a pullback and then bearish move. Anyway, what we know is that price is moving down. Now let's check US dollar index. So by looking at this index, we can see that price consolidated here, then it formed a bullish move that broke our significant zone. We can again see this consolidation, and basically here we don't have good opportunities to trade. But what we know is that price is moving up here. And also what happens next is that price formed this massive bullish move. This is probably a reaction to some news, but it doesn't matter. This means that big banks want US dollar. And again, finally we can see another bullish move here. So by looking at this chart, we can say that price is moving up. This is uptrend. Basically what we need to find is overall direction. Now let's see Australian dollar index. And what we can see is massive bearish move. It is actually very simple to tell that price is going down, which means that Australian dollar is weakening. It is very weak and we don't want to buy it. We can see this bearish trend line that connected all these lower highs, and also we can see that price broke all these previous lows. At this moment, I would say that we have to wait for some kind of a pullback, maybe for the price to test these previous highs, and then look for the opportunities to sell. Anyway, what we can easily see here is that price is going down, so basically we don't want to buy this currency. Next is Euro index, and here we also have a massive downtrend. Price then formed this triangle pattern, broke it and continued to go down. It consolidated here and formed this massive bearish move. We can then see that price formed this lower high, and now it is moving very slowly because of holidays, but we can say that price is going down and that we want to look for the opportunities to sell euro. Now let's see New Zealand dollar index. Again, what we have here is some kind of a consolidation basically, but then price formed this massive bearish move. We also have a bearish trend line that connected previous lower highs, and here if you look closely we will basically see descending triangle. Price formed these lower highs, support zone, broke this support zone and then formed this massive bearish move. Now we have this consolidation, like I said, because of a holiday season. But anyway, what I recommend you to do is to wait for the price to form a pullback, maybe test this zone or go up and form lower high. And then when we see bearish signs and maybe stochastic RSI sell indication, it will be a good place to look to sell. Anyway, what we can tell here is that price is going down. Now let's see Swiss franc. Swiss franc is moving down. Well, also here we can see downtrend. Price formed this wedge pattern, broke it and continued to go down. and these gaps are confusing to you, like I said, you can change this to line chart, and now it is much easier to see. Anyway, what we are looking for is overall price direction, and here we can see that price is going down. But at this moment I don't want to sell because price is testing this previous low, and we also have stochastic RSI buy indication. It is possible for the price to go up, and then if price goes up to test this resistance zone, maybe stochastic RSI sell indication and some bearish pressure here, then it will be a good opportunity to look to sell Swiss franc. Anyway, what we have here is downtrend. Now let's look Canadian dollar index. Here we have this massive downtrend. Price broke this significant zone, retested it and continued to go down. It is now moving slowly, but it is very reasonable to see bearish continuation. And finally, let's check Japanese yen index. What we have here is also massive downtrend. Price formed this series of lower highs and lower lows, so it is very reasonable to expect bearish continuation. Now we want to continue with our plan, and what we will do is write what we just saw on charts. So British pound is going down. US dollar is going up. Australian dollar is going down. Euro is going down. New Zealand dollar is going down. Swiss franc is also going down. Canadian dollar is going down, and Japanese yen is going down. Now what we want to do is to find very strong and very weak currencies. So let's go back to the charts to check that. Okay, we can see that British pound is weak, but right now I think it is too late to sell because price is testing this support zone. So at this moment we can say that we want to wait for a pullback and then look to trade. So right now we don't want to trade this. So now what we can say is that price, yes, is going down, but it is testing a certain support zone and it is likely to see bullish move. Because of that, we will wait. US dollar index is moving up and it is very strong, as we can see. So at this moment what we have is very strong US dollar. Next we can say that Australian dollar is very weak, and now we want to mark this as a very weak currency. For euro we can also say that it's moving down, but is not as weak as Australian dollar. We can also say here that we want to see some kind of a pullback and bearish move, and we want to write that into our plan. So what we want here is to see a pullback. Let's check New Zealand dollar. Here it is very clear that price is moving down. It is very weak, and it is very reasonable to expect bearish move. Maybe pullback will occur here too, but it doesn't matter. What we need is overall direction, and we can say that price is moving down and it is very weak. So we will say the New Zealand dollar is very weak. Let's check Swiss franc now. Let's use line chart. And we can also say here that price is weakening, but as I said before, we can say that price is testing this previous low. We have stochastic RSI buy indication, so at this moment we want to wait. We don't want to sell right now because it's probably too late. So here we say also probably a pullback. Let's check Canadian dollar. Price is even testing this minor resistance zone, and it is actually very reasonable to expect bearish move. We also have stochastic RSI sell indication. So now we can also mark this currency as a very weak currency. And finally, let's look at the Japanese yen. What we have here is also a very strong downtrend, but price is now moving between this previous lower high and this previous lower low. So at this moment it is reasonable to either wait for the price to break this previous low or to form some kind of a pullback, maybe new lower high, and then bearish move. Anyway, we can say the Japanese yen is also very weak. Okay, now when we know which currencies are strong and which currencies are weak, we want to look for the perfect currency pair in order to enter a trade, based on this plan here that we just formed. So now what we want to do is to check these currency pairs and to find the best opportunity to trade it. This is very important to do before you enter a trade, especially if you are trying to become a FundedNext trader. If you don't have high capital to deposit into your account, you can check FundedNext and they will fund your accounts so you can trade it, but of course you need to prove yourself first and complete certain challenges. As you can see, they offer different plans: Stellar, Stellar Lite, Evaluation and Express. I have Stellar Challenge and it is the most popular challenge, but also you have Stellar Lite that is the most affordable package for new and upcoming traders. Here you can see these basic rules, and if you pass these challenges following these rules, of course, you can split up to 95% of your profits with FundedNext. Here you can compare all these challenges, and for example, let's say that you want to buy Stellar 2-step, so your profit target is 8% for the first step and 5% for the second step. Keep in mind that FundedNext also offers challenge phase profit share, and in this case it is 15%. Maximum daily loss is 5% and maximum overall loss is 10%. Also, what we can say here is that there is no time limit to complete this challenge, which is very good for new traders. Also, there is weekend holding, news trading, expert advisors and trade copiers. It is all allowed here with FundedNext. And if you fail this challenge, you have reset discount 10%. If you want to check how FundedNext works before you purchase an account, you can log in into your dashboard and go free trial. There you will be able to choose your free trial account, and after that you just log in with your dashboard and you can check all the details about your account. So as we can see here, we have our balance, profit loss, drawdown and trading days. So now what you need to do is to connect your account into your MetaTrader 5, use the server and password that you got on your email, and then you simply start to trade. After every trade, you will see different numbers here, depending if you win or lose, and you will see maximum permitted loss, today's loss, current trading days, and also your profit target. Here you will be also able to find all the statistics once you start trading. You can use my link in description and coupon code FXDOC for 120% refund reward. Good luck traders! So now let's check certain currency pairs. For example, we said that US dollar is very strong and that Canadian dollar is very weak. So what we want to do is to go to US dollar Canadian dollar and look for the opportunities to buy. So basically what we saw is that we expect to see bearish move for Canadian dollar and that we can see that US dollar is very strong. So now when we know this information, what we want is to look for the opportunities to buy Canadian dollar US dollar. So now as a third step, we can say that we found US dollar Canadian dollar, and what we want to do is to enter a buy trade. So what this means, it doesn't mean that this is the best opportunity, but what you want to do is to analyze this pair and then find the best opportunity to buy. So like I said, we know that we want to buy this currency pair. That is the third step, as I said. And the fourth step is to analyze this pair. So what we have here, we have very strong uptrend, price formed this major high, and then now it actually started to consolidate a little bit. But what we can see here is that price formed this zone here that acted as a resistance here, support, support, and it's now acting as a support again. As we said, we want to enter a buy trade, so it is very reasonable to wait to see some kind of a bullish reaction, bullish pressure, maybe some weak rejections or bullish candlestick pattern. We can also say that stochastic RSI is giving us a buy signal. So ideally, what we want to do is to enter a buy trade around this level here. And now our plan is fully completed. We know that US dollar is strong, we know that Canadian dollar is weak, we have this significant zone, we have stochastic RSI buy indication, and what we want to do right now is to wait for the price to react to this zone, form some kind of a bullish pressure, and then enter a buy position. And the fifth final step is actually what trading is all about, and that is waiting. So now we need to wait for the price to follow our plan, to react to our zones, to see some kind of a bullish pressure, and then finally enter a buy trade. Now, following this same logic, we can also do it with different currencies. For example, we can go to US dollar Japanese yen. As we know that US dollar is strong and the Japanese yen is weak, we want to buy this pair. At this moment, it is too late, I would say, and the best move is to wait for a pullback. So for example, maybe price will react to this minor zone, maybe it will form bearish move, react to this previous low, stochastic RSI buy indication, some kind of a bullish pressure, weak rejections, and then look for the opportunities to buy. And then you can just follow this plan for all these currencies. What is very good about this strategy is that you need to analyze only once, form a plan, find weak and strong currencies, and then just wait. You don't have to analyze these currency pairs every hour, every minute or every second. You can just analyze them, find strong and weak currencies, determine that you want to buy or sell, and then just wait and follow your plan. If you have any questions, you can write the comments below or contact me directly via Telegram. And if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing so I can continue to make more videos like this. Thank you very much and see you next video. Bye bye.